Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, Godzilla vs. Kong 2, seems to be official. There will be a rematch. Now, I was literally about to coast off to bed because by the time you see this, it'll probably be almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And saw this article dropped on the nation by Deadline. Godzilla vs. Kong 2, Dan Stevens reunites with the guest director Adam Wingard, our legendary sequel. Now, this is the first article I've seen since last year that has linked Adam Wingard to another Godzilla versus another basically Monsterverse movie. It was all speculation. This is the second article. Now, again, as far as I know, Deadline is fairly accurate. As you guys know, I've been a little bit, what's the word I'm looking at? A little bit apprehensive to say 100%, but I don't think they would put this out without knowing for sure. I would hope. Look, for whatever reason, Legendary seems to really want to put this movie on lockdown in terms of any kind of information. We haven't gotten much. I don't suspect we'll get much. It's pretty much been like that for every other movie, right? But before I dig into the details here, here's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm gonna be on Fat Samurai Guy's channel with Fat Samurai Guy and Lady Fat Blood. We're finally gonna do that lovely Avatar stream, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. But what I'm gonna probably do is at 7 p.m. we'll go live on my channel and we'll discuss this. We'll talk everything about it and peel through it. But let's start off by reading this article. I'll share it here on screen with you guys. All right, so Godzilla vs. Kong. You know what? Let me zoom in so you guys can get a closer look at this because it's so far away. All right. Godzilla vs. Kong 2, Dan Stevens reunites with the guest director Adam Wingard on a legendary sequel. Exclusive, marking the first major role to be cast in the upcoming sequel, Dan Stevens is set to lead the next installment of Legendary's Monsterverse film franchise, a follow-up to last year's Godzilla vs. Kong. Adam Wingard, who helmed the first film, is returning to direct with production slated to begin this summer in Australia. Per usual, plot details are being kept under wraps, other than following the film's larger-than-life monsters and then preparing for their next battle against each other. Godzilla vs. Kong helped get audiences back into theaters as it became the second film of the COVID era to cross the $100 million mark at the domestic box office, en route to a $468 million global take. The number is impressive as it also bowed day and date on HBO Max. That's true. I forgot about that. That's right. It made $468 million worldwide and was also released on HBO the same day. Now, granted, HBO, I think it's still only available here in the States. I don't think they've gone global yet. I definitely know at the time the movie came out, they weren't global. So, but you got a VPN, it's not that hard. As for Stevens, while the 2017's live-action Beauty and the Beast was his first major tentpole lead, the veteran actor has been particular in film roles he has taken, not jumping into major sequels in the past, but the opportunity to re-team with Wingard was too hard to pass up. The two worked together in the action horror thriller The Guest, the Sundance pick that surprised audiences as it gave them a badass performance from Stevens that viewers weren't used to and critics and fans went crazy for. The film earned both Stevens and Wingard some of the best reviews of their careers, while also having major studios taking notice of the potential of both Stevens and Wingard in their future film slates, which paid off so far for Adam Wingard. He's got like 3 other movies he's slated to direct outside of this one. So I guess those are being put on hold and he's going to do this. Stevens, most recently seen as Nixon White House counsel John Dean in Gaslit, the Watergate-focused Stars limited series that premiered last month, also received critical praise this year for his German language performance in Maria Schrader's film I'm Your Man. He also starred in Noah Hawley's acclaimed X-Men series Legion on FX, voiced a pair of royals on HBO Max's The Prince, and played Matthew Crawley on Downton Abbey. Stevens is represented by CAA Julian Belfridge Associates, and Pycroft Mahan Wingard is repped by CAA in Grandview. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty interesting. Look, it's too early to kind of get any idea why we probably aren't hearing anything regarding some of the other actors from the past movies. But obviously, he's going to be probably playing the leading role here. So, if this stands corrected, if this is accurate, then a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel will more than likely not be as heavily focused on them fighting each other as I think. In fact, I think this is it. If this is accurate, if it is a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, I think this is it. I think this is the last one. I think they're going to go out with a banger. I think it's going to be similar to the last movie. I don't think they're going to fight each other as much, but I think you're going to see a significant team up against a bigger monster. Again, that's just early speculation. Who really knows? The rumor up to this point was that it was going to be a Kong sequel, and that led me to believe that perhaps they were going to stretch at least another 2 movies, which would be a Kong movie and then another one with Godzilla and him. But it looks like, and this doesn't surprise me too much, if this happens to be true, that it's a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel and Godzilla's going to be in this, I wouldn't be too surprised with that either, because I thought to myself that one more movie would likely be the shelf life for the Monsterverse in theaters, not to say anything else, and maybe just for a couple of years. Maybe they want to see how interested audiences are in the Monsterverse and these monsters. You know, you got the TV show coming up. That's going to be a big deal. If it generates a lot of interest, if it's good and it gets a lot of viewership for Apple Plus, then they might try to stretch out another movie. Who knows? You know, maybe they're very passively trying to do something similar to Marvel in the sense that they're going to have TV shows and movies, but to a much slower pace and to a much lesser degree. You know, they're not going to go full blown 7 TV shows and 5 movies, that kind of stuff. Again, this is just, I'm spitballing here. You know what I mean? I'm happy that we got something. I still would like to hear from the horse's mouth, but it's not like that's ever really happened before. We kind of got to take whatever we get. And I think I feel confident this is probably at least somewhat accurate. I mean, we do know we're getting another movie. The casting's probably right. Obviously, the rumor of it being a Kong sequel, we still don't know what the deal is with that. So somebody's wrong in that regard, right? So we kept hearing from other outlets and rumors that it's going to be a Kong sequel. Now this seems to lead that it's not a Kong sequel exclusively, that is a Godzilla versus Kong sequel. Makes more sense. Right now, to this point, them being on screen together is going to probably generate more revenue than one of them alone. You gotta imagine how much money Godzilla vs. Kong would have made if it A, was in theaters exclusively, and B, there was no COVID going on. Hold on one second. I think my dog is doing something. Sorry about that. She was chewing on a cookie wrapper, so I had to go and grab that from her. But yeah, like I said, it makes sense. It makes sense for them to come back and put them both on screen. That's probably the best way they're going to generate the most money. And who knows? Maybe they just, maybe this isn't the final film. Maybe they want to see, okay, let's give these 2 monsters a chance during no COVID, no lockdowns, and not jumping right to HBO Max. And let's see how it goes then. And if it generates enough revenue again, maybe they do try another movie. So at least we got something, at least we got something. So lots of speculation, lots of things to discuss. Interestingly enough, and look, I've only ever seen the Stevens guy once in a movie, and that was the Beauty and the Beast live action movie. But apparently he's got a lot of good kudos in terms of acting, so that's a good thing. Interesting that he just kind of wants to work with Adam Wingard. I don't think he would have taken this movie role if it wasn't for that, because considering what he's trying to do for it. Usually when actors are very picky about the roles they take, it's because they take their craft seriously. They don't want to take, they want to take movies that they can highlight their skill set. So he's not going to get that opportunity in this movie. So I think he's just kind of maybe doing a friend a favor. But look, it doesn't matter. I think if I had to guess right now, I think this movie is going to be a short rematch here or there with the two monsters. I think this time they'll give Kong the upper hand just to kind of even the playing field. And I think this time they're going to team up again longer, and I think it's going to be a bigger monster. And it wouldn't surprise me if this does turn out to be the final film. It wouldn't surprise me if they bring back some other monsters for like the last hurrah. So exciting thing. And it's filming this summer. So usually it takes them 6 months to film a movie if everything goes right. So you figure they'll be done with filming the latest by the end of the year. So we're probably looking at somewhere May of 2024 for the movie, which is not too bad. All things considered, prior Monsterverse movies have taken much longer than 3 years to come out. So we'll keep our eyes open. Anyway, that's it. I need to get my booty to sleep. This video's been long enough. But yeah, again, we'll stream and we'll talk about it tomorrow. And then follow up and come over to Fat Samurai Guy's channel. We're going to have a fun time talking about Avatar. And we'll talk more about this sequel and this news and see if we hear anything else from other outlets. Maybe if the story changes. I'm still a little bit on the fence. Not really too much because, again, it's not like a lot of outlets have been just dropping articles left and right. And Deadline is one of the more reliable sites as far as I know. I could be wrong. So I'll give them benefit of the doubt. And it would be nice to hear from Legendary at some point. I'm pretty sure we will. But until then, this is probably the best we're going to get. And, the only thing I'm still questioning is this legitimately going to be a Godzilla vs. Kong sequel with Godzilla in it? Does make more sense to me. They're going to generate more revenue being on screen together. Or are they possibly wrong and it is a Kong sequel? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, whatever stream you decide to come to, if not both. I'll be on at 7 p.m. here on my channel. And then when we end, I'll be on Fat Samurai Guy's channel at 9 p.m. So I'll see you guys then. Get some sleep. Me too. And yeah, we'll talk later. Take it easy.